Hi viewers, you are welcome to another episode of Sport Time with Global Entertainment News, where we give you the update of how it happens around the world of sports. I still remember your host, Ogu Steven. Moving story for you today on sports. Chile are clash against Rwanda crucial than South Africa's game. Nigeria is on 7 points, 6 less than the leaders, South Africa. Bafana Bafana after a tame 1-1 draw with Zimbabwe in Uyo last month. Dat draw all but established Nigeria's hope of catching up with South Africans, who made their intention of taking the known more realistic by beating Benin Republic 2-0 in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire. The same night that the Super Eagles were struggling with Zimbabwe at the Cousin Akpabio Stadium. However, Super Eagles supporters believe that Nigeria still has a chance, especially now that the South African may be docked some points for fielding an illegible player in their game against Lutecio last month. In FIFA, if FIFA goes ahead to deter the points from South Africa whole, it means that their game against Nigeria would likely decide the destination of the World Cup ticket, provided the Super Eagles wins all their three remaining games before the clash in Pretoria. All right, moving on to our next story. Barca hot Atletico to set up a Clasico Copa del Rey final. Barcelona will face rival Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey final again after Ferran Torres secured their 1-0 win at Atletico on Wednesday, progressing 5-4 on aggregate from the semi-final tie. Record 31 times winner Barcelona had the better of the clash at the Metropolitano Stadium after the wild 4-4 first leg draw and defeat left Diego Simeone Atletico side with little to play for the rest of the season. But contrast the Catalonia are on the hunt for a po ten tial quadruple and unbeaten on 2025, stretching their run to 21 games without defeat. Atletico were the last team to turn up against Barcelona, winning before Christmas to go top of the La Liga, but they are now trail Atletico's team by 9 points with 9 matches remaining. We can't relax, we have to keep believing and working with humility. I am sure of good things. Moving on to our next story. Elanga wonder goal sinks Manchester United as Forest eyes Champions League bait. Elanga returned to haunt his former club with a dazzling effort that took the winger over half and length of the pitch before he delivered a clinical finish. The 21-year-old Swede was sold by Manchester United for €15 million, equaling 17 million in 2023 after being deemed surplus to requirements by the manager Erik ten Hag. Forest have been the beneficiary of the mistake of Alanga's stunning strike at the City ground helped Nuno Espirito Santo sides cement their grip at the top three. Alright, moving up to our result for Tuesday and Wednesday tie, Tuesday tie and Thursday tie. Yesterday we saw Chelsea edging Tottenham Hotspur 1-0 in that counter at Stamford Bridge. And on Wednesday we saw Liverpool edging Everton 1-0 at Liverpool. Bournemouth losing to Ipswich 2-1. Brighton losing to Aston Villa 3-0. Manchester United stunning Leicester 2-0 in that encounter. Then we saw Newcastle edging Brentford 2-1. Moving straight to Tuesday result, we saw Nottingham Forest edging Manchester United in that encounter 1-0. Then we saw Arsenal edging Fulham 2-1 in that encounter. We saw Saka coming back in that, returning back to football, having a goal against Fulham. Then we saw Wolves edging West Ham 1-0. Moving on to today's features in Bundesliga, we've seen Augsburg will be hosting Bayern Munich. And in Serie A, Genoa will be hosting Udinese. In La Liga, Real Vallecano will be hosting Espanyol. And in League One, we'll be seeing Nice hosting Nantes. On Saturday, so many games coming up on this Saturday. On Premier League, we'll be seeing Everton will be hosting Arsenal, Crystal Palace will be hosting Brighton, Ipswich will be hosting Wolves, West Ham will be hosting Bournemouth, Aston Villa will be hosting Nottingham Forest. And in Bundesliga, will be seeing Freiburg hosting Dortmund, Eddingham will be hosting Leverkusen, Mainz will be hosting Osnabrück, Leipzig will be hosting Hoffenheim, Bochum will be hosting Stuttgart, while Bremen will be hosting Frankfurt. And Serie A will be seeing Monza hosting Como, Parma will be hosting Inter Milan, AC Milan will be hosting Fiorentina, and La Liga will be seeing Girona hosting Alaves, Real Madrid will be hosting Valencia, Mallorca will be hosting Celta Vigo, while Barcelona will be hosting Real Betis. In Ligue 1, will be seeing PSG hosting Angers, Brest will be hosting Monaco, while Lyon will be hosting Lille. On Sunday, we'll be seeing so many games coming up this Sunday, where Brentford will be hosting Chelsea, Fulham will be hosting Liverpool, Tottenham Hotspur will be hosting Southampton, Manchester United will be hosting Manchester City. That will be a great debut this weekend. So many people are hoping Man U pull a surprise trigger to Manchester United for the top four hope. In the Bundesliga, we'll be seeing St. Pauli hosting Mönchengladbach, Union Berlin will be hosting Wolfsburg, and Serie A, Lecce will be hosting Venezia, Empoli will be hosting Cagliari, Torino will be hosting Verona, Atlanta will be hosting Lazio, and Roma will be hosting Juventus in the Serie A. Moving up to La Liga, where we'll be seeing Las Palmas hosting Real Sociedad, Sevilla will be hosting Atletico Madrid, Valladolid will be hosting Getafe, Villarreal will be hosting Atletico Bilbao. In the League One, we'll be seeing Lens hosting Saint-Etienne, Montpellier will be hosting Le Havre, Reims will be hosting Strasbourg, Rennes will be hosting Osla, and Marseille will be hosting Toulouse. However, we've come to the end of today's Sport Time of Global Entertainment News. I still remain that your host, Ogu Steven. Don't forget to like and share, subscribe on all our social media platforms for news and update on the world of sports. I still remain that your host once again, Ogu Steven. Good night, God bless you, and thank you for watching. God bless.